Oh yeah. I bet y'all thought that me and Larry won't coming back Friday night because our zeal, our bitterness, our frustration with what happened with Breonna Taylor. But we're back. And we're gonna be talking that good stuff tonight because we know we have a nation that watch us that is empowered. And y'all are many versions of me and Larry out there trying to educate people. So you got me, you got the homie Larry, the living legend Larry. What's up, brother?
Man, I'm doing everything that everything can do. Just, trying to stay sane out here. That's about it, man. Just trying to stay sane.
Yeah, man. I love that shirt. I do remember a great politician saying everything that's on that shirt.
Yeah, man. It's time to get in trouble at this point. It's time to
Good
start some
trouble.
trouble. It's time to get in trouble. Trouble is necessary right now. It's time to get in trouble.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of wackos out here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot of wackos that do not care about your well-being. Anytime you see someone out in public not wearing a mask and you wearing your mask, they are basically giving you the middle finger. They basically
Yeah.
walking around doing just like this. That's what they're doing because you are protecting them, but they can give a damn about protecting you or themselves. And so, again, if we
They're
haven't said
telling you
this
that they
enough,
don't care about you.
they telling you that all that bullshit they got on their truck with 3,900 American flags, don't dread on me and all that BS. They telling you they're hypocrites. And if you're a hypocrite, more than likely you'll lie. And if you lie, you're not a child of God. Period. So all that stuff that they got on their truck about they love the country, they love Christianity, they're lying. Protect yourself, but more importantly, protect yourself and get out there and vote. Make sure
Yes.
flood the box. That we need to get intelligence back in this country. We need to get science-based evidence back in this country, and we've got to get this thing going. Now we've got a packed show for you guys today, a really, really large packed show. We're going to cover power for sure. We've got 2 trailer reviews for some great TV shows that some subscribers hit me up and sent me. And at the very end, I'm going to start a new segment with me and Larry that we might have to do on a Friday. The Breakfast Club has the donkey of the day. We might have to start the dumbass of the week because we have someone, I'm not even going to tell y'all about it. Y'all just stay tuned for the end of this show and we'll do it. So let me shout out to everybody that's in here. And it's a live crew. We've got, let's see here, Kasim Baker, what's up? We've got Bobby Bailey, Cash Money, Angela Walker,
We got
the Fresh Prince,
703.
the Fresh Prince of ATL, Buzz in the building, Lennox Jax is in the
703.
building, and Trisha C is in the building, even though her boy ain't up here. And we got Lil Rock following us tonight. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on ahead and get into segment number 1. Larry, we've got to preview the coming episode of Power. And you know how I've been doing this YouTube channel of mine since I first started 5 years ago. I preview with something to watch to give us a catapult. Take a look at this. So, ladies and gentlemen, previewing the coming episode, Courtney Kim has said herself, you've got 2 entities that have got blind faith / trust issues with each other. So the question I pose to everybody, and I'm going to give it to you first, Larry. Who is going to double cross the other one first?
Oh, well, man, it's probably going to be Tariq. Because I mean, we know his character already. I mean, let's just be real. They're trying to make us like him on this show. They're trying to make us like him and make him out to be a sympathetic character, but we know who he is. We know what this dude is capable of. I mean, let's not forget. We're talking about a guy, a young man, who eulogized his father that he murdered. So for all the stuff that we see with him right now, for all the empathy that they're trying to garner for him, let's not forget this dude is a cold-blooded murderer, drug dealer. So
how many
I
bodies he
mean,
got on him? He killed Ray Ray. He killed his daddy. There was
Kane.
somebody else. He killed Kane. He didn't per se pull the trigger, but he is responsible for killing Kanan. I think that's what you're trying to say. Kanan. He didn't pull the trigger per se.
He's responsible for it.
Yeah, he's responsible for it. But if we're going to tie it like that, could we not say he's also in essence responsible for Raina's death?
Yeah, you could say that, but not really, because he didn't want Raina's death. Whereas with Kanan, he wanted Kanan's death. He plotted that. And so Raina was I'm going to say she was collateral damage. So
okay, I can get with that. And so I'm going to piggyback Larry's point. I'm with Larry. It's definitely going to be Tariq to double cross Monet first. Like Larry said, we have a history of knowing that Tariq can be the bottom of a snake, the belly part, the part you don't see, the part that slithers around in the grass and you don't know it's there until it done struck you in the butt. And I can easily see them setting it up where Tariq might even put Monet's daughter against the mother. Because
I really see that where especially if he gets them draws and gets her all emotionally connected, he might get in her head.
We right here. We right here. I easily see him being able to weasel his way into that girl's life who is very not nonchalant about the drug game. She don't really want to be dealing with it. She showed you that in this last episode. And Courtney Kemp she wants to go to college, play basketball. And Courtney Kemp just confirmed that there's going to be some trust issues. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe Tariq is going to be the first one to lie in that strange bedfellow relationship.
Yeah, I could see Tariq telling what's her name, why don't you come hang out up on campus with me? Why don't you audit a class or something with me? Give her a little touch of that college life that she's craving. And then she'll be, and then once she gives up them draws, she's in it for Tariq.
Well,
and, if he can control her mind.
Well, before we even go down that road, how we even know they're going to make Tariq a good lover?
Because Courtney Kemp loves him. Because she loves her some Tariq. She's going to make him everything that she wants him to be.
So you really feel like Courtney Kemp is going to make Tariq ghost number 2?
Probably.
Okay.
But before he gets with Diana, he might need to get a few lessons. So he might need a little sex ed from Professor Megram, and then he gets with what's her name.
Boy. Oh boy. I knew you was gonna throw that in my face, and I do not want to see that happen. I want Professor Megram to stay the clean new age virgin that she is. She's a new virgin now.
Yeah,
she's a new virgin.
Her.
What?
She's a so-called freak.
No, she's starting over, Larry. That's why she's in AA. She's starting over.
Oh, you AA.
Sex AA.
Oh, okay.
She's starting over, my brother, and I don't want to see her defiled by the likes of Tariq.
What's that? BA, Booty Anonymous?
Oh my Lord! Here you go. See, all you want me to do is start picking on Ramona. See, you leave Professor Megram alone. I won't pick on.
Why you gotta bring Ramona into this? She had nothing to do with this.
You leave Professor Megram alone, and I won't throw up no Ramona nothing. You gotta chill out now. You gotta chill out.
Ramona didn't have anything to do with this.
And we got one more subject, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cover about power. But our prediction, basically, episode 4, we're going to see them start to put the storyline in place to show Tariq set them up somehow, some way, and it's going to be the first one to double cross this relationship. But before we move on,
here's the theory.
Go for it.
So Monet sees Diana up there getting close to her, like she's ready to get with Tariq. In order to prevent that from happening, Monet goes ahead and gives up those draws. She gets with Tariq.
Oh hell no!
And just spoils the water. Just poisons the well for Diana now as Tariq gets with her.
Now, if she's were to do that,
willing to use it. If she's willing to go ahead and use her daughter's draws as leverage, you know she's willing to use her own draws as leverage too.
Yeah, but not with Tariq, man. No, not with
Tariq. Man. You never know.
No, she ain't. No, man. See, now you over there, you getting into wild YouTube speculation. Now I like speculation, but I don't like it that wild. Like I don't like wild turkey surprise. I like turkey, but I don't like wild. I don't like wild turkey.
She's
surprise,
about the same age. She's about the same age as Professor Megram. There might be Professor Megram and her might get down together. It might be a little Tariq 3. We were talking already about who's he getting with first. It might be that he gets with Professor Megram and Monet together. I'm just saying.
See, y'all see what I deal with?
I'm just saying.
You see what contributes to this TV stress I have? This guy and these crazy assertions. Now, I'm going to move on to the next big issue I'm going to drop from Power. This was a fan theory. I got this from a fan, so I had to go do some digging. But before we go to that, Buzz, I saw that super chat, my brother, and I appreciate it. So for you, let me give you one. Let's see here what we got for you. I'll give you this one. It's short and quick, and it's very funny. And it kind of dovetails what we're going to talk about at the end of our show today. Yes, Buzz, you brought the house down with that super chat, my brother. I appreciate it. It never gets old. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are finding me and Larry for the first time, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, his channel. Links are in the video description. Follow us on Instagram. Links are in the video description. And now we're going to drop a fresh fan theory on you about Power that a fan connected for me. But before we do that, let me let you guys take a look at this clip so I can give you a little bit of insight on where we're going. And this is all about Effie.
Guys, I'll come back later for a rematch and the re-up you promised me.
Sure.
All right.
Little Guap's father took a bullet for me. Send Drew to talk to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, in that episode when Effie was playing chess with Tariq, she mentioned that she had a brother locked up. And my subscriber said, yo, Lamont, I know who Effie's brother is. It's Lorenzo Tejada. It's Lorenzo Tejada. How do you think Effie was getting all that product? Why do you think they kept saying unknown every single time she would text? Ladies and gentlemen, via a subscriber who hit me up, I'm here to go to bat for him and say, I can see Effie being Lorenzo Tejada's sister. Now, she doesn't have they even mentioned her last name? I've heard her last name, but I don't recall it being Tejada, which that don't matter. But
they never just called her Effie.
You heard it here first. Effie's brother and her damn connection is Lorenzo Tejada, who is in jail. Larry, what you think?
Man, I like that theory, but here's the crazy thing with that theory, right? If that fan theory plays into my theory, we have Tariq that becomes like Kevin Bacon. It's going to be like 6 degrees of Tariq because he will have smashed Effie, Diana, Monet, and who else is in that mix over there?
Whoa, I'm sitting here shaking
he
my head.
He will have smashed everybody in that circle. He's gonna end up. It's gonna be like Kevin Bacon. It's gonna be 6 degrees of Tariq. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the problem. If he's the brother, who is taking care of Effie? Who is helping Effie get to school? Who is helping Effie do all the adult stuff she needed to do to go from high school to college? And who is actually putting the supplies in Effie's hands? That's what we got to figure out next.
Maybe
That's what we
Effie's
got to
mom.
figure.
Maybe Tejada's mom.
No,
I mean, if that's a brother, then I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Effie seems pretty scrappy. She might be able to take care of herself.
We'll see. We'll see. So I'm thinking maybe there's potentially some female connected to Effie that is connected to her brother, and I guess we'll see sometime down this episode, down this season. But I think that is a legit fan theory. Shouts out to them. Anytime y'all send me something on Instagram, I'm gonna get it up here. And so that's what we think.
How about?
Oh God.
How about this though, man?
Oh Lord.
You ask who's taking care of Effie, who's making all this stuff happen. Maybe it's Simon Stern. Maybe Simon Stern actually runs a program for second generation drug dealer kids.
What?
Maybe he's sort of like Professor X, where he runs a school for special kids. Simon Stern's running a special program for second generation drug dealer kids. He's taking all the skills that they picked up from their parents and showing them how to make it better.
So are you saying that Simon Stearns is accepting of Effie being in the drug game?
I think Simon Stearns might be actually there in the background working with her like he's working with Tariq. They just don't know it yet.
Could it be that Effie has been kept secret from Monet? Because Monet has already showed you she wants to be the head person in charge. So, and we've already seen that the daddy plays favorite with his kids. So could it be that he's keeping Effie secret from Monet?
It's possible. My only concern about that theory is that when Monet was at Choate, she was there on scholarship and she was making it seem as if, hey, you're a rich kid, you're coming in from wherever, but the rest of us don't have it that easy. And she made it sound like she was there on scholarship, which leads me to believe that she wasn't. I mean, because if she was the brother of Tejada, you would think that he would have had some money set aside for her, and she was at this school because he was putting her there away from all of this. And if he was trying to get her away from all of that, why would he then continually supply her with product?
It's a good question. Maybe she wants to be in the drug game, whereas Diana doesn't. Like Tariq.
I mean, Tariq is that way.
Yeah, Tariq had every possible accoutrement set forth to him by his daddy Ghost. Rest in peace, Ghost ain't coming back. And he wanted to be in the game.
Someone said Teresa's if I can get my words out,
Prisha C is saying maybe Effie's connect.
T-Stream's girlfriend said that maybe Effie connected Ramona, and I'm thinking they both are light skinned with foreheads. It's possible. Maybe Effie is Ramona's daughter, and Ramona is an undercover queen pin. Maybe they have the queen pin part of this wrong. Maybe they're thinking, Tasha was the queen pin. It was really Ramona.
Man, y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop this. I'm just
saying, we're pontificating.
Man, spell it, and don't even look it up. Spell it. Man, Lord have mercy.
Hey Siri, how do you spell pontificate?
No, that don't count.
Pontificate.
Pontificate.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what Larry has in his
like an 11-year-old script spelling bee.
I don't know what Larry has in his patriotic bottle, but ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you it ain't red Kool-Aid. I can tell you that right up front.
That was my first sip. Other than that, I was just drinking water. I had my Wegmans tangerine lime water. That's it. But now I went ahead and broke out some Stella.
Oh boy, when we get to this last segment, and he done had a chance to let that stuff course through his veins, boy, I sure hated for that chick that we're gonna talk about at the end of this live stream. She gonna be in some trouble. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move right along to our first trailer review of the day. And before we get there, let me shout out everybody that's in here: Rob B, Josiah Jacobs, Cash Money, Tim Rice, Chris P, and my big homie Moochella, who loves to hang with the fellas. ZJ Madoste. He says Effie would be wicked if she was the sister of that boy. I agree. I agree. And it might come to pass. And if it does, be sure you give this channel credit. Because a lot of people be putting shit out there on YouTube and they come look at my videos first. Then they go try to act like they're making up their own stuff. Be sure to let folks know where y'all getting the good quality stretches, not the super far-fetched stretches. You know, we ain't talking about.
We've assumed this whole time that Effie is black or Spanish, Puerto Rican, black, whatever. What if we've all got it wrong? What if Effie's actually Sicilian?
Well, then I'm gonna go order me a pizza. That's what the hell I'm gonna do.
She could be down with the Italians. We're wondering where her connect is. Maybe she's Italian. Maybe she's a Sicilian.
They're gonna have to show me that. They're gonna have to show me that. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the next trailer review. Larry, I got some shows for you because Power is not going to be here forever. We've got to have some other stuff to watch, some other stuff to debate, some other stuff to give your far-fetched theories. So,
man, when they cancel Power, we're gonna have to go. We're going to start making our own Power episodes.
We're gonna have to do something, and we're gonna have to start doing that practice when they take their little hiatus in 2 weeks. But up until then, we still got shows that's out there right now, ladies and gentlemen. There's great shows out there. The Boys is still out there. Lovecraft Country is a great show. Ray Donovan about to come back on. Godfather of Harlem is another good show. There are great TV shows out there. And when you need somebody to review it and give it to you funny, stiff and hard, this is the channel you come to, along with all the politics and the political stuff. Yeah, man. So here we go. These two shows I'm getting ready to show you guys were handpicked by the homegirl Moochella, who loves the fellas. And the first one stars Bryan Cranston. He was the guy from Breaking Bad, main character. Let's take a look.
What have you got me into? I've got this. I don't think you have.
What's your emergency? Hello? Are you there?
Dad, I hit somebody and I left him. I left him there.
Oh my God. Don't tell anyone. Not ever. I can do this. I can keep you safe if no one ever hears about it.
The boy you hit this morning is Jimmy Baxter's son.
The head of the most vicious crime family in the city.
Whoever you are, wherever you are, you will be found.
I need a favor. No questions asked.
It wasn't a hit and run. It was a hit. There's no other explanation.
So if you want a war, I'll give you a war.
We go big. We go big once.
My best friend just threw me in the deep end. I've got this, John. I don't think you have.
I promise you, it's going to be all right.
Larry,
that looks good.
I don't know about you. Oh, Monty Mont watching that shit.
Yeah, that looks good. I saw that trailer before, and I was like, okay, this looks solid. I like it.
Man,
I'm looking forward to that one.
Bryan Cranston is a hell of an actor. You've seen it. He's an award-winning actor. The black guy that was sitting at the bar is a great actor. And you're talking about we're going to have a story where the man, it looks like that was, would you say that was his son that hit that person?
Yeah, because he called him dad.
His son hit somebody. The dad, who happens to be a judge, is covering it up. And then it looks like you had a guy who loves to soak up the TV and the media investigating this case, saying he's going to get him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is high tension, high drama. Then they sprinkled in some African Americans. They sprinkled in an African American that was in the gang. They sprinkled in some good school African Americans. Boy, I'm here for it, Larry.
It looks like it's supposed to be set in New Orleans, so I hope there's a whole bunch of black folks in there.
Yeah, and I saw the band in there, man. Y'all better stay tuned to this channel because we is going to tear that one up. Oh my goodness, Brick City is back in the building. Yeah, Brick City. I love you, but I hate y'all at the same time. So many of y'all disappear on me when power is gone. Like you're here for like 4 months, then you go away, then you come back. Stick with us, man. The same commentary we deliver for power, we deliver it on all other shows. We definitely deliver it in politics, and we now giving y'all tips on how to make money in the stock market. This show keep growing. Damn it, Larry, if they called themselves the Breakfast Club for the New York radio show, we might have to start calling ourselves the Dinner Club next year in 2021.
Maybe we're the dinner crowd. We'll be the dinner crowd.
Y'all can see the Breakfast Club in the morning, then you can see the dinner crowd at night. Leave me comments if y'all want to change our name to that. Muchella, that's a hit, and we're probably going to be reviewing that one. But Muchella sent us another one. She sent us another one. So if you're finding us, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my brother Larry's channel. We do TV show reviews, politics, stock market. We do everything to help you guys make those life gains. And we've got another trailer review for another good show. Looks pretty decent. Some of you might not be into it, but when you see the merits of the show, it might push you. Take a look.
So we are now 15 days before a presidential election, and we have to go through 347,000 emails to determine if one of the candidates in that election needs to be indicted.
Russia, we think they're trying to sabotage Secretary Clinton's campaign.
We've now been presented the dossier concerning Russia and its connection to Trump. Putin began cultivating Trump as an asset and helped in real estate deals, hundreds of millions in loans.
That constitutes a real threat to national security.
Would you like to come over for dinner tonight?
Just the two of us?
Nobody gets treated as unfairly as I do. It's disgraceful.
Sir?
I need loyalty. I expect loyalty.
The president just committed a crime in your presence.
Stop deciding what we do and don't need to know.
It's so crazy in there.
We're steaming towards an iceberg.
I want to know what you can do to lift this Russia cloud.
If we ever put anything above the truth, it's a bell that can never be unrung.
He's a bad guy. He's a dishonest guy.
You're being pulled into a conspiracy.
You fired Sally Yates.
Do you really not know how screwed you are?
You went there to put bad guys away, not to help them become president.
He thinks that being right will save him. It won't.
Oh, that is actually this Sunday. Well, it looks good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze the review in Sunday night. Maybe Monday me and Larry can talk about it, but I'm definitely going to look. Now, it's based on the book James Comey did, the tell-all he did about his experience from the transition of power to working with Trump. And he's basically telling all about how dirty Trump is. Okay, I get that. But you know what, James Comey, I'm still mad with you because you fucked Hillary Clinton. And then to try to ease your conscience, you tried to tell on Trump. I'm going to watch it because I want to know the insider information that you're going to spill. But to me, to ease your own damn conscience, you decide you want to tell on Trump after you screw Hillary Clinton. And for that, I can never forgive you because we're sitting here with over 210,000 Americans dead because your ass had to intervene in an election a week before the voting. Larry, I give it to you.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, the dude's up there. I got his book and I read his book and it's just one of those things. You can't come off as this sort of self-righteous person who acts like you resigned and try to do the right thing out of because of your integrity and your honor when you didn't exhibit any of that. It's earlier. It's like it's easy to have integrity. It's easy to have honor when no one requires that you use it. Exactly. But when you're required to actually, practice having honor, when you're actually required to show and put into practice that integrity, it becomes a lot more difficult task to have it. And you have to make hard decisions, and you have to make decisions that are going to be unpopular. You have to make decisions that could mean that you're going to suffer, that your family's going to suffer. You have to make those decisions. And when push came to shove, he didn't make those decisions in the right way. He basically went along to get along like the rest of the people in Washington. And then when it became apparent that Trump was going to be something of a monster that he couldn't control, then he decided, okay, well, I'll be out, And so, I mean, it was shameful. The whole thing was shameful. The way he handled the election, like you said, with Hillary Clinton, all of it was shameful. Whatever good he might have done at the FBI leading up to this, all of that is for naught. It means nothing anymore. It's all of it is just kaput. His legacy is destroyed. He can make it seem like he was a victim of Donald Trump, which he may have been in the end, but ultimately it was his own undoing. It was he undid his own career and his own legacy. Like I forgot the woman's name that followed him, but that woman, like, it wasn't like she was some big, well-known FBI director. I think she was a deputy director or something that took over. But she was someone that actually had integrity. She was someone that actually said, no, I'm not going to do any of this stuff that you're saying. And if that means I have a short tenure, I have a short tenure. So what? I'm former FBI, acting FBI director. I'll go work at a law firm and make $5 million a year. So what? Fire me if you want to.
And he did. And he got rid of her. He
got fired, but at least she was able to go out standing up tall and she didn't need to go. I mean, she could have written a book. Maybe she wants to. Maybe she has one in the works. She didn't need to write a book to try and explain herself to the country because she knew what she did was wrong. I mean, Comey is, he could try and play the victim role, but the fact of the matter is he was dirty, and he's going to remain someone who's going to be viewed as dirty from here on out.
And he should be. Before I make another remark, shouts out to the homegirl Sharonda who's checking in on us. Sharonda, people love you. They've been asking me. They ask about you more than they ask about me. If there's two people that they always asking about on this channel, it's Taylor Todd, and I said his whole government name, and Sharonda. So whenever y'all get a chance, please come back and save us, because apparently our subscribers don't like us. They like y'all more than they like us. Hell, my shirt say I can't breathe. Well, damn it, I can't see either when Sharonda and Taylor Todd ain't here. So be sure to go subscribe.
She's afraid to come on. She's afraid to get this trouble. That's what it is. She's afraid to get this trouble. Come on. Don't be scared.
Come
get this trouble.
Scared. No. Sharonda can hold her own with a whole lot. The light's worse than us, believe me. So shouts out to Paraway. Check out her YouTube channel. She does great work. And my big homie Brandon over at Just My Opinion Reviews. Don't forget to check him out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end on a note of hypocrisy. Since we already done got political, we're going to end on a note of hypocrisy. Double hypocrisy. Now, Wednesday, me and Larry was in a bad way about what happened with Breonna Taylor. And we heard every excuse in the book thrown at us. Like, bull job. Like, well, you know, she was wanted for this, that, which was a lie. Well, if they wouldn't have shot at them, it wouldn't have been a problem. That's some more BS. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to show you guys a 3-minute video of the definition of what happens when someone takes away white privilege and the hypocrisy that goes on with white privilege. Some of y'all might have already seen this, but I'll be damned if y'all seen it broken down the way me and Larry gonna break this joint down. So without further ado, let's take a look at the white lady who was arrested for not wearing her mask. Okay, let's just break this down for every hypocrisy, every pseudo white privilege that was involved. Number one, had that been a white cop grabbing a black girl, we can't legitimately say she would have survived. I mean, for real. You over there belly aching about her mask. You questioning the legitimacy of a cop, and I'm gonna read you guys the article from The Hill. You're questioning the legitimacy of a cop. You're asking people to help this girl. What the fuck you think black people been going through? We dying. They clearly told
That's the thing that got me. Is he a real cop? Well, it says police on there. Well, that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean anything. Well, there's a police car over there. That doesn't mean anything either. Basically, what she was saying is he's a black person. He can't be a real cop. We should call some white cops to come over here. That's what she really was saying.
Right. And I'm going to read the article from The Hill first to put this in context, to give you guys a little bit of context. This is directly from The Hill. Girl's name is Kitts. Kitts was charged with criminal trespassing and released at the scene. She wasn't charged for not wearing the mask, even though the mask was mandated. The only two people not wearing the mask was Kitts and her mom, all right? Additional charges are pending for Kitts and another woman with her who allegedly interfered with the arrest. It is important to note, the female was not arrested for failing to wear a mask. She was asked to leave the premises for continually violating school policy. The policy department said, once she refused to leave the premises, she was advised she was under arrest for criminal trespassing. She resisted the arrest, which led to the use of force. And ladies and gentlemen, it didn't say deadly force. It didn't say blunt trauma force, which has been happening to black people. All right. This is an unfortunate incident for everyone involved. The statement concluded the incident remains under investigation. The Logan Police Department said in a statement that Smith was on duty at the football game to ensure safety and that fans are following health guidelines. Logan's Hawkins School Superintendent Monte Banter told The Hill in a statement that the woman was asked to follow the mask policies of the Ohio School Athletic Association and the athletic facility and refused. The attendee refused to do so and consequently was asked to leave by the attending law enforcement officer. White people, the ones who believe in that bull jive, I don't even know how you're going to try to defend that. But Larry, let me show you how they try to defend it. I got clips of that too, because your boy come prepared. Look at this bull jive right here. Look at the one Kyle, whatever. The fact that the second officer ran up and wasn't wearing a mask should be enough for the woman to be released. Pretty ridiculous. That's one. She should have been torching someone's property or harassing people in a restaurant. It would have been all right then. Larry, now I'll give the ball to you first. But before I do, let me just say this. To the one that was saying that the other cop came up without a mask on, what about your damn president? You thought about that? Because that other cop didn't have anything to do with that. She came in there after homeboy had done, took her from the situation. If you're going to talk about random people not wearing masks, what about your damn president? The floor is yours, Larry.
I mean, to be honest with you, I thought he handled it way too gently. I think he tried to handle it as gentle as he could, but the moment that she was physically resisting and that other woman stepped in and put hands on him and pushed him back, he should have pushed that woman down those damn stairs, and he should have dragged that woman to the bottom of the bleachers. And if he needed to break her arm to get it behind her back, she should have just had 2 broken arms. And if she was still acting up, he could have just simply started screaming, "She's going for my gun! She's going for my gun!" and then lit her ass up. I mean, that's what they do to us.
Exactly.
He could have done that. But at the very least, in all seriousness, he should have dragged her ass down those bleachers and put her on the ground at the very bottom and had his knee in her back and made her actually submit to his authority. The fact that she was tased, I mean, she was very, very lucky, because if that had been a black person, they would have shot that person right there, regardless of who else was around. And the thing that gets me, and this is the thing that really I found one of the elements of this video I found interesting, because when I go out, I see so many people that are just simply not wearing masks. When I saw that camera swing back and I saw the other people in the bleachers, everybody else was wearing a mask. I'm like, you have this whole. I mean, it wasn't like there was a lot of people. It looked like it was probably a freshman football game or something, or a JV game. There wasn't a lot of people, but everybody that I saw that was there was wearing a mask, which I applaud them for it. Thank you. Continue to do so. But this woman's up there. She doesn't have a mask on, and somehow she thinks that her life is so much more important than everybody else's. I mean, I get it. You may not want to wear it, but if that's the case, then just don't show up to the game. Stay at home. Send somebody to the game with a video camera and then watch it later, or just don't see it, whatever. But if you're going to go, you have to wear a mask. There are some people out there whose favorite word is fire. They love the word fire. But guess what? When they go to a crowded theater, they just can't sit there and start yelling it. It's illegal. You can't do it.
Nope.
Same thing. You want to wear a mask? You don't want to wear a mask? Don't go to the theater. If you want to scream fire, stay at home. Yell it all you want in your living room. You just have to do certain things. You just have to.
And Larry, it was a high school football game. They had been announcing over the PA system over and over and over again, put on your mask. They had people screening you at the door to ensure that you had on a mask. Out of all the 300 and however many people was there, the only 2 not wearing a mask and got caught was these 2. Now, when we as black people talk about laws that shouldn't be laws, that F up equality for everybody, and we do anything that hints at resisting arrest, automatically they try to say that we deserve to have been killed. And I'm with Larry.
Right.
That cop handled this girl to the utmost patience he could, because I'm sure he's thinking, I'm black. If something happened to this lily white girl, it's going to be 2 times as bad for me as anybody else. And this happened in Ohio.
This dude looked like he weighed about 260, 280. That dude could have picked her up by her neck and dragged her down those damn bleachers, and he should have. He should have. If she was up there doing whatever she wanted to do, he should have picked her up and dragged her down the damn bleachers, and anybody got in the way should have been knocked down the bleachers with them. That's just the way it has to be. If you're interfering with police business, when we see black people out there, we see black people out there. We had to watch a black dude have his life taken from him over the course of 8.46 minutes. I mean, we're talking about people out there that were begging and pleading, and
Larry, what does the shirt say? What does the shirt say, Larry? Shirt says I can't breathe.
Right. But people did not interfere. When that other woman interfered, honestly, I was thinking to myself, what are you doing, bruh? I know you have to have better training than that. You should have pushed that woman back, and you probably should have drew down on her and said, back the fuck away, and told her, make sure, because he's out there as a single officer, and now he has multiple assailants on him. He has multiple potential suspects of whatever crime confronting him, putting hands on him. he should have drew his weapon and told her to back away and told the other woman to put your hands behind your back. And if they didn't, he should have dragged her ass down those bleachers. He was way too gentle. He tried to be nice. He was nice. I mean, in all honesty, I think she took it too far. I think he let it go too far. I mean, if that was a black person that was doing that, that person probably would have 2 broken arms. They probably would have had a lung full of pepper spray and a couple bullets in them. So I have no sympathy for her. I hope she gets convicted.
Well, we know that's not going to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, to you people that are anti-mask people that want to scream this civil liberties crap, all this gobbledygook, and you don't care about your fellow neighbor. Well, when someone tells you it's a mask mandate and they enforce it, don't get mad. And if you're really mad about it, go protest. Because every time we try to tell y'all this is what we're feeling, we're dying. We're not getting peacefully kicked out of facilities. We're dying. People come and shoot us, and we ain't even really resisting the law. We can hint
we're not
we want to leave.
We're not dying. That word implies that we're just falling over, that some other external force, that we're falling ill. We're not dying. We're being killed. We are being slaughtered in the streets. Those officers are coming and they are literally snuffing us out, and people are creating snuff films. That's what's happening. Right. So this woman that's up there complaining, fussing about having to wear a mask. Guess what, lady? There's a pandemic. People out there are dying because people are spreading it. If you don't like it, stay your ass at home. Because I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think that brother should have drug her ass down those steps and made her understand that you will comply with police orders, that your white female privilege, that your white whatever privilege does not mean jack diddly, and that you are going to have to adhere to the law like everyone else, period.
I feel like that cop had a whole lot of patience. I think he had a whole lot of patience. And it could, if is a fifth, but that lady that was hovering all over him while he was trying to apprehend the other lady, he had no idea what she was going to do.
If that was me, if that were me, I would have drew down on her. The moment that I was over there trying to get her and that woman came over, the moment that I had 2 people that were attacking me, that were putting hands on me, I would have drew my weapon at that point. I'm not saying that I would have shot her, but I would have drew my weapon. I would have told him, you're going to back all the way the fuck. You're going to go way over there. And if you don't, if you come a foot towards me again, I'm going to open up on you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got one more hypocritical graphic for you. Take a look at this. Conservatives. If someone breaks into my home, I'm effing shooting them. Also conservative. If Breonna's boyfriend hadn't shot at the cops, breaking into her home, they wouldn't have killed her. That is about as hypocritical as you can be. Just about.
I think people need to really still understand this, right? People need to still understand this, that when all this happened, let's not forget that these officers went in there acting as if they had a no-knock warrant when they didn't have a no-knock warrant. They had a knock and announce warrant. They didn't knock or announce. They went in there and played in plain clothes unannounced. Someone comes into your house, you wake up and some strange dudes are in your house in plain clothes, you're going to think your house is getting broken into. They didn't announce themselves. They didn't have a no-knock warrant. And on top of that, beyond all of that, let's just say they had a no-knock warrant. Beyond all of that, the person they were actually there to find, the person they were actually looking for, was already in police custody. So you tell me, how are they going to find somebody in that apartment that they were looking for when that person was already been arrested, that person was already in jail?
Well, here's the problem with that, Larry. Here's the problem with that. Other news sources are not reporting it in that manner. I caught a couple of comments on the video we did saying, we need to learn the penal system. And their justification was one witness said that he heard them knock and announce. One witness compared to 12. 12 people said they ain't hear shit. But you found one guy or a woman that claimed they heard the whole thing. Far-fetched to me, ladies and gentlemen. Then, like Larry said, there's documentation highlighting that the person they was looking for was at some point in time in custody. They tend to forget about that. And the first thing that they want to tell you is the boyfriend shot on them first. Well, hell, if someone breaks into your house in plain clothes and you don't know who the hell it is, what are you going to do? What did I just, the graphic I just put up is exactly highlighting what happened with Breonna Taylor. Someone breaking in your house, you halfway asleep, you in there with your sweetie pie, you got a gun, they just barge into your house, you're going to start spraying. If you would have been in Florida, they would have protected your ass. Probably.
Right.
So I don't even know how the hell you can make that assertion. Justice was not served, period. And for you to people keep getting in my video comments talking about we don't know the penal system. Don't nobody know the penal system any better than Larry when his mama was a lawyer and dad was a cop.
Mom is still a lawyer.
He knows it better than most of you jive turkeys leaving fucking comments that you don't know what the hell you're talking about because you watch Fox News every day. Expand your horizons, man.
It really frustrates me, but this is part of the problem, right? They said the other night when they were protesting that 2 cops had gotten shot out there in Louisville. Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't they say it, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're supposed to care. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm completely and utterly indifferent. I mean, they kill us at will with no recourse whatsoever. So when I hear that 2 cops have been killed from a department that murdered a woman in her bed sleep, I just, okay, it happened. It's no different than if someone tells me that they bought an ice cream cone yesterday. I'm like, okay.
Well,
great.
I'm a defer.
Fantastic. You bought an ice cream cone. I don't care.
I'm a defer on that one.
That's
because
really what it is at this point.
The cops that lost their lives, they could have been the good guys. Could have been the good guys.
No, they just said they were shot. I don't know if they were killed or not. I'm assuming they were just shot. If they were killed, I'm assuming they would have said it.
Cops that were shot could have been the good guys. And they were out there because of cops. There are good cops.
There are any good cops. I'm under the assumption. I'm under the working assumption that there are no good cops because all of the cops out there know who these bad cops are, and they keep them among the ranks. They protect the bad ones. They don't do anything to get rid of them. So I am of the assumption that there are no good cops.
There are good cops, and something needs to be put in place that these cops can step forward and turn on the bad ones without repercussions. That's an issue. That's something that needs to be fixed in the criminal justice system as well. And another thing that had me hot about Breonna Taylor, I still can't get over how the hell a bullet going through the wall to another person's apartment is more precious than Breonna Taylor's life. So really,
because there were white people behind those walls. Because the apartment that the bullet went through there were white people in there. So there were white people behind those walls. So that's why because those white people now have to be inconvenienced by calling their landlord and asking them to go put some drywall, put up some spackle and fill up that hole. So that for them, it's more to have the inconvenience of those white people or the threat of those white people might have been shot. Not that someone was actually murdered, but the fact that there were white people that could have been shot is more of a crime than a black woman actually being murdered in her sleep. This is a woman that also wore a badge. She was an EMT. She was a first responder. She wore a badge. She worked for I forgot, I don't know what agency it was in Louisville, but she was a first responder. And they killed her. It doesn't matter. People, all these black folks out there, and I know some of them who think, oh, if I'm just a good Negro, if I'm a policeman, a fireman, or whatever else, if I'm one of them, I'll be protected. but you won't be. They don't care. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what you are, because when it comes down to it, when it comes down between you and them, it's always going to be them. So, I mean, that's just the reality of it. This is a woman that had made a career out of helping people in their worst times, people that are in moments of great physical tragedy. Maybe they were hit by a car. Maybe they're suffering a heart attack. Maybe they needed to be rushed to a hospital because they fell off a ladder. Whatever. Maybe it's something simple like she's administering an EpiPen because a kid got stung by a bee. Whatever the case is, this is a woman who had made a career out of helping other people as an EMT, and they murdered her in her sleep and refused to give any justice because it's more important that they protect the murderer. They don't care about the millions of dollars that are lost, that's lost in revenue, with businesses shut down, with buildings being burned, with taxpayer dollars spent on investigations, on grand juries, on legal fees. They don't care about any of that stuff. None of it. Because all they care about is protecting their institution of white supremacy and protecting those white race soldiers that are on the front lines known as the police. That's what they care about. And if some innocent black people get caught in the crossfire, if all innocent black people get caught in the crossfire, they simply don't care.
Mm-hmm. And at some point in time, ladies and gentlemen, these people are going to have to start paying. We're going to have to stomp them out, and they're going to have to pay for this. And the system has got to be revamped. Because, right, it makes no sense to me that our prison system is 66% African American. 66%. I guarantee you there are 100 Bernie Madoffs running around this country getting away with shit than there are these 66% of people in America that's in jail. The system has got to be revamped. And you know how you get that process rolling? Not only do you vote in the national elections, but you got to show your ass up in the midterms, and you got to learn what's going on in your local community and vote for the right people there too. You've got to do it. That's how you get things to start to change. Because hell, we've been complaining about the way black people have been getting treated 400 years since they brought us here on that damn boat. And we're still fighting tooth and nail to make things happen. And right now we're at a moment of awakening. We've had the worst president this country has ever seen, the most racist president this country has ever seen. And he's brought out all those racists who had went in hiding. He's made it cool for them to come back. Well, I need y'all to show up, stomp them out, make this race not even cut close so that we can retaliate against those bigots. And Larry, you get the last word before we get out of here.
Well, I'll say that I feel like a lot of black people, a lot of people that have wanted to hit the streets and wanted to protest and wanted to get out there and make their voices and their presence known and heard. I think we've been holding back because we're waiting for the election to come, because we don't want to give Trump that extra fuel to say, look, we need law and order. Look, there's another city burning. We don't want to have that. So a lot of us have been holding back. But what happens is, if the election goes to Trump and they keep on not bringing charges or prosecuting these race soldiers out there that are in uniform, if they don't prosecute these people that are out there murdering us, just literally a woman in her own home, sleep in her bed. I mean, if you can't prosecute that, eventually what's going to happen is that those cops out there that keep talking about, oh, we have a dangerous job, our job is not safe, you're going to find your job is going to be infinitely less safe. When you have people out there that truly believe there is no surviving an interaction with the police, so my only option is to shoot it out with them and try and get away, that is what's going to happen. And when you have more shootouts with cops, you're going to have more dead cops. You may have more dead civilians, but you're also going to have more dead cops. And so if they continue down this path, if they will not provide us with due process of law, if they won't provide us with the security and the justice that the Constitution guarantees us, then what will happen is you will see people starting to take the law into their own hands. They will take their own defense into their own hands. I mean, if you look at other countries, you look at countries like France. If you go into some of the what they call slums of Paris, where they have a lot of people that a lot of ethnic minorities, a lot of Muslims, a lot of immigrants that have come there, when they have instances over there where cops get shot and killed, they don't find those people. Those people hide those folks. They hide those folks in from apartment to apartment. They hide them and they move them, and then they get them out of the country. If you force people to behave that way, you will find yourself in a position, you will find yourself in a position where you are literally in a war zone. You keep talking about you're at war. You're not at war. If you think you're at war in those streets in our urban cities, you have never been to war. Anybody who has been to war will tell you our urban streets are not at war. Our urban streets may have some problems, but they're not at war. You know? And if you think that you're at war, you don't know what war is. And if you end up in a situation where you can't even go, because there's been times where I've known certain parts of LA, the cops did not go there. They knew it is not the only time the cops went there is when they sent SWAT teams and they were there like 50 deep. They knew you cannot send a single squad car in there for a regular call. You couldn't have someone say, well, my car stereo got stolen. I need to go in there. They couldn't go there. They would be shot and killed. And if you want situations like that throughout our country in various cities, keep doing what you're doing. And you'll end up with a whole bunch of cops just getting killed. And you'll end up with people's places getting burned down. And black people have gotten smart. They've realized, let's not burn down our own neighborhoods. Let's burn down their neighborhoods. Let's burn down their stores. Let's burn down their courthouses and their police departments. Let's burn down their stuff.
And Larry, have you ever noticed how they'll blockade all those areas you mentioned, but they don't blockade the hood? Well, I guess we lost Larry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we try to go hard on every subject on this channel. Be sure to tell your friends to come find us. Follow us when we do our live shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, all at 9 p.m. I do reviews of TV shows and all that, but we do cover things that are deep, things that need to be reformed, and we try to do a little bit of education. As you can see, we both have pretty deep, pretty good, vast histories in different areas of life, and we try to give it to you to help you get those life gains. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, get yourself that life gain. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, and share our videos. And ladies and gentlemen, to that next Sex is Hell video, we'll see you.